Good evening everybody and welcome back to JWE Friday Night Eclipse. We're here in Portland, Maine where we have a special impromptu PLE in store for you all, Friday Night Mayhem. Tonight 3 championships are up for grabs as Sophie looks to take the belt away from Naoto and etch her name in the short list of double champions. The white hot Harmonious Truth try to defend from the side bridles, and Fox and the Bluejay once again do battle. Meanwhile, the 2 championship slots in the Universal Division are up for grabs in tonight's qualifier matches. And D.I.C.E and the Skelebros are set to rematch from last week, this time within the dreaded Hell in a Cell. So get ready for a night of nights, because it's all about to go down on Mayday. And here we go, starting off our night with a tag team championship match. Introducing first, they are the challengers. It is Hatsune Miku and Ibuki Miyota, the Cybridals. And it's curious to me that Poppy isn't here. Maybe they just wanted to do this, 2-on-2? Plausible. And their opponents. They are your tag team champions. Looking to bring back their old form from 2024. It is Sayaka Maizono and Kyoko Kirigiri. Harmonious Truth. Remember when these two are dominant? Want to see them do it again? Because they may very well be on that path.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Women's Hybrid Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the Superstar Haku Mean Q and the Idol Ivy Muta. The Crew. And their opponents, the Women's Hybrid Tag Team Champions, Sawyer My Zero and Cool. Truth and Consequences.
And here we go, Harmonious Truth handing the referee the belts. And here we go. Miku, Sayaka first in the ring, referee rings the bell. And Sayaka immediately winning the opening grapple. Beginning with a neck breaker. And a half-hitch knee raise to the stomach. And tagging in Kyoko. Kyoko now right hands, but Miku slipping out to the back. And a snaps neck breaker into the quick cover, not even a 1 count. Miku forcing Kyoko back up to her feet, but Kyoko, nice arm drag reversal. Kicking Miku down, wrapping her up, rolling her into a quick pin. And Miku immediately getting out, but spinning heel kick from Kyoko, trying to maintain control of the situation. Miku with a scoop slam. Forcing Kyoko back up. Kyoko turning that away with a reversal. And a snap. Bridging suplex, not holding on long enough to go for a cover. And now Kyoko heading to the corner, tagging in Sayaka, Miku tagging in Ibuki. And Sayaka immediately tackling Ibuki down to the mat. Double foot stomp to the chest. And an elbow drop to the knee. And a leg DDT. Ibuki back up to her feet, but immediately caught by the kick. Snapmare. And a double leg drop kick to the back of the head. Ibuki again back up to her feet. And sending Sayaka into the corner. Sayaka elbowing out, preventing Miku from entering the ring, but Ibuki with a beautiful reversal right back. Snapmare kick to the spine. And Ibuki tagging out Miku in. Sayaka tagging out Kyoko back in. And now Miku with a wheelbarrow jawbreaker. Wrapping the leg. And Miku forcing Kyoko back up to her feet. Toss into the corner. The tag is in. Irish whip. Double underhook. Arm drag into the double kick. Senton from Ibuki. And stomping down on the champion. Rolling her onto her side. Kick to the spine. And another toss to the corner. Tagging Miku back in. And another tag team attack incoming. This time, the double splash. Sayaka looking for the tag. Miku getting in the way. And the cover one, still only one. Miku to the outside, lining up an arm, or a flying forearm? Nope, double A drop kick. And another cover, one and still only one. Face first for the champion. Kyoko taken out, finally getting out of the ring. Sayaka back in. Rejuvenated after watching her partner just take a beating. Not even a 1 count, though. Sayaka looking surprised Sayaka surprised that the referee didn't even start the count. Too excited I can't even talk. Miku with a stomp in the corner, lining up the double knees to the chest. And just dragging Sayaka away by a foot. Just stepping on her like she's nothing. That's only one. Kyoko breaks it up. Little premature. Advantage over to the Cyber Idols. Miku with an axe kick. Heading to the corner, tagging in Ibuki. Ibuki scrambling up top. Lining herself up. Sayaka back up to her feet, but will she be caught? No, she will be doing the catching. Double foot stomp from Sayaka. Turning Ibuki around. Sweeping the leg. And just tagging out. Refreshing the breakups. Ibuki with the spinning heel kick, missing the first, and Zagiri connecting on the second. And here's the cover. There's 2 Kyoko kicks out, though. I was not worried in the slightest. And a standing standing shooting star press, standing corkscrew moonsault, from Ibuki. Sayaka breaking that one up, though. Miku back into the ring. Top rope moonsault. And the cover, 1, 2. And Kyoko cannot kick out. And the belt changes hands.
Here are your winners, the Idol Ivy Muta and the Superstar Hakumin Q, the Crew.
Yeah, these two don't need Poppy in their corner. Well done, Idols. The odds were ever in their favor. This isn't against the odds, but it's close enough. And your newest women's tag team champions, the Cyber Idols. And next, our first qualifier matchup of the evening, to determine who will be taking on Kazuma Kiryu in the next championship opportunity. Introducing first, it is the Mad Dog of Shimano, the One-Eyed Slugger, Goro Majima. And as you may have heard, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, which means we're going to be spending 90% of it in the ring. And then another 10% of it broken along the outside, because this game still hasn't been patched. And his opponent, representing Ouroboros,
And his opponent, representing the Union from Stillwater, weighing in at 173 pounds, Lanz!
it is Lanz. Lanz looking to get his first championship opportunity that I can remember. And here we go, Majima, Lanz, both men ready. Barely any distance between the two of them, and referee rings bell. Lanz immediately turning Majima around. And a clubbing strike right to the sternum, turning Lanz turning Majima around, looking for the elbow drop, but Majima back up to his feet. And a float over DDT that Lanz turns into a suplex into the cover. There's one, Majima kicks out. Lanz with the kicks to the chest. And a clothesline for good measure, stomping down on the forehead. And trapping the arm, stomping on the hand. Lanz turning Majima, or throwing Majima into the corner. And now just barreling down on him with clubbing strikes. But Majima pushing him away before much damage can be done. Super kick to the leg. Uppercut slap, just for good measure. And now Lanz forcing the Mad Dog over his shoulder in a power slam. One. Still only one. Still early in the match. And Lanz with a ground and pound stomp to the chest. Stomp to the jaw. Now Lanz heading underneath the ring, picking out a kendo stick, and just bashing Majima over the head with it, but Majima back up to his feet, looking to come back with the bull rushes, and rolling Lanz through Enziguri from the ground. Lanz in the corner, Majima turning him around, and again. And now a triangle arm hold. Or a triangle headlock, rather. Lanz kneeing himself out. And now looking to come back his own with the clotheslines. And a kick right to the jaw. Cover 1, 2, Majima kicks out. Kick to the forehead. Now Lanz heading to the outside. Is he looking for anything in particular? Getting the sledgehammer. And now we have weapon versus weapon. Majima throwing the kendo stick at him. The recoil into the cover. 1, 2. Lanz kicks out. But now we may just see Majima construction. Right? That's the... Right? Right? It is Majima construction, right? I'm not going crazy? What else would it be? I don't know. Now Majima with an Irish whip right into the referee. And a toss into the northwest corner. Majima lining up the super clothesline in the corner, getting the sledgehammer, and here we go. Looking to deconstruct the Machina. And a float over DDT nearly landing on the sledgehammer head. Majima now along the outside. Heading up top after deciding what he wanted to do, and an elbow drop right onto the handle. 1, 2, 3. And what a surprise, it's gonna be Majima versus Kiryu the next time around. And what a surprise, we did not leave the ring once. Oh, we did to get weapons, but like, not actually fighting along the outside. But yeah, next championship opportunity, it is gonna be Goro Majima versus Kazuma Kiryu.
Here is your winner, Maria. The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match and is for the men's hybrid Cruiserweight Championship.
And next, introducing the challenger. It is the Bluejay, flying high after his triple threat win last week. It is Jayden Moon. Only championship he's won thus far is the men's Nexus championship last year, and well, he's looking to change that tonight. Though the question becomes, if he were to win, how long can he hold on to it? Because the Elimination Chamber is right around the corner. And his opponent, he is your men's Cruiserweight champion. Looking to defend once more. It is the Phantom Fox himself. It's Yusuke Kitagawa. And anything can go in a first 2 out of 3 falls. We've seen in the past people 2-0. We've seen in the past people 2-1 after going down 1-0. Just because the first fall happens doesn't mean a thing.
Introducing the challenger. From Wisconsin, weighing in at 135 pounds, Jayden. And his opponent, from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 144 pounds, the men's hybrid cruiserweight champion, the Phantom Fox.
And here we go. Cruiserweight belt back on the line. Yusuke has done this time and time again. But can he do it once more? And here we go. Jayden, Fox, staring each other down. And here we go. Referee rings the bell, and Jayden immediately beginning with a few kicks, with a kick to the thigh, a few knife edge chops, top rope, looking for the RKO, and gets it. And now a running senton to the chest. And Jayden with an arm breaker, elbow drop to the sternum. And Irish whip. But Fox turning that around with a clothesline, now playing a little bit of chicken along the outside. And Zagiri. And Fox with a backbreaker. There's 2. And a kick right to the spine. Fox back into the ring. There's 3. Well, he's up top. He's perching up top. And a diving spear into the barricade. Referee being generous. Resetting the count back to 1. Fox trying to throw Jayden back into the ring. Jayden not going, so a suplex. And an elbow to the sternum. Ref back up to 4. There's an arm breaker. And a senton connects. Fox again up top. There's 6. Diving crossbody into the corner, but Jayden kicking Fox off of him. Referee again letting them fight along the outside. Back to 1 we go. Jayden climbing back into the ring. Fox climbing in after him. And Fox immediately elbowing out of the grapple. Drop kick missed. Jayden rolling out of the way just in time and now sending Fox on his way with an Irish whip, double leg drop kick, and Jayden to the outside, lining up. What is he looking for here? DDT. And Jayden with a falling fist. Picking up Fox. Spinning around, elbow to the side of the head. Kick to the spine. And Jayden lining up. Double leg drop kick. Senton barely connecting, but barely is enough. And now Jayden going for the pin to go up 1-0. There's 2. Fox kicks out. We remain deadlocked at 0. And Jayden with a tornado kick. The blue typhoon kick. And the cover. 1, 2. Fox still kicking out. Jayden scrambling to the top. Flying crossbody. Mounting an incredible amount of pressure. Middle rope enzigiri, or a middle rope roundhouse kick. But Fox somehow immediately back up to his feet, sending Jayden for an Irish whip. And a flipping suplex into the corner, the most unforgiving part of the ring. And Fox working on the neck. Trying to turn this match around. It is still 0-0, but Jayden has had the momentum for quite some time. And now Fox, the phantom leg sweep into the leg drop and the cover. 1, 2, Jayden now kicking out. The battle for the first fall is always the most important one. Well, probably the last fall if it's 1-0, if it's 1-1, but getting the first pinfall means that you have a cushion, so you want that first you want that first fall. I'm assuming pinfall, but it could be submission as well. It could be count out technically. Fox with a corner alley powerbomb. And now heading to the corner, is he looking for the strong style knee? Cover. 1, 2, 3, and Fox is up 1-0. Getting the all-important first pin. Jayden back up to his feet, avoiding the clothesline, avoiding the enzigiri, or avoiding the roundhouse kick, but Fox with a spinning heel kick. And now Jayden again, top rope RKO. Tornado kick missed. Fox sending Jayden for an Irish whip. Another strong style knee, another cover. This may be it. 1, 2, indeed it is. And the belt stays where it is. Jayden putting up a pretty strong challenge, but not strong enough. And Fox retaining the belt for another month at least. Well, maybe, 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks at least. Has he learned? Has he finally learned to not let go, or not let up on the throttle? And now we're taking things to the Hell in a Cell. Introducing first, in this admittedly one-way rivalry, it is Kokichi Oma and Rantaro Amami. It is time to roll the dice. And their opponents, after getting ambushed last week after the match by a couple of steel chairs, looking for a bit of revenge, it is the Skelebros. And finally, things have been pushed too far because this match was Sans' idea. So either this is going to go well or completely blow up in their face. And here we go, the 20-foot cage surrounding our superstars. Is it 30 feet? 40 feet? I think it's 20 feet. Might be 40, actually. Anyway, Sans elbowing out of Kokichi's grasp. Papyrus immediately going after Rantaro, but Rantaro getting out of the way. Sans sending Kokichi into the referee. And Rantaro with a headlock uppercut to the nose, although do Papyrus and Sans even have noses? Kokichi catching the kick. Rantaro rolling Papyrus around. Kokichi sending Sans into the corner. And now the tides have completely shifted. Rantaro. Elbows to the back of the neck. Sans to the outside. Kokichi trying to decide who he wants to go against. Does he want to double team Papyrus? Looks like he does. Kick to the spine. And now Rantaro going after Sans. Kokichi with the facebuster and Papyrus rolling to the outside. Kokichi heading up top. Lining up. Sans going for a run. It's probably 20 feet. I think the cell's 20 feet. There's one. Because there's no way that is 4 stories tall. Rantaro heading up top. Kokichi grabbing Papyrus from behind. Irish whip. Again, the ring is 20 feet by 20 feet, so it probably is 40 feet, right? I legitimately don't remember. Satellite corner DDT from Rantaro. And going for the cover. There's 1, 2. Sans kicks out. And Papyrus with a nice turnabout, sending Kokichi for a run. Sans back on the offense against Rantaro. And the tides have shifted yet again. Stomp to the back of the head. Rantaro with a reversal on the ground and pound. And now going after Papyrus. Sans to the outside, Rantaro deciding against going after him, and now Kokichi going for the cover, only one though. And again, looking for the cover, using the ropes as leverage, Papyrus again, kicking out at just one. And now Irish Whip over the top rope, nearly landing on Sans and Rantaro. Rantaro with an uppercut. Papyrus with a reversal. Jawbreaker from Sans. And Sans sending Rantaro into the steel cage. And now Papyrus sending Kokichi to the outside. Papyrus joining him. Sans joining him. And are we heading up top? It looks like we are. Rantaro joining them, and well, it looks like Sans and Rantaro are having a stare down as Kokichi and Papyrus head up top. Standing shooting star press from Papyrus as Rantaro throwing Sans along the outside. And now joining Kokichi and Papyrus head up top. Sans making it a 2-on-2. Kokichi picking up Papyrus head first into the top of the cage. Not quite enough to break them through, though. And is the referee joining us? I believe he is. Yep, here comes the ref. 5 men on top of the cage. Rantaro with the ground and pound. Kokichi nearly throwing Papyrus through the top of the cage again. Up, over, powerbomb, still not enough. And this is just fantastic camera work. Rantaro. Suplex through the cage. And the cover. 1, 2, 3. And like I said, it would either go well or blow up in their face, and blow up in their face it did. Giving an incredible momentum boost to D.I.C.E. This is not what anyone wanted to see. Unless you're a fan of Kokichi or Rantaro, I guess. Weakening the cage enough to send Papyrus falling 30 feet, 35, 40 feet, whatever. And that was it to secure the win Huge win for D.I.C.E. And can they continue that momentum forward into a potential title run? And for our penultimate matchup and our second qualifier match, making our way to the ring, looking for another opportunity to take on Lucina. It is Maki Harukawa. And her opponent,
From Oita, Japan, Akane Owens.
it is the ultimate gymnast, looking to punch her ticket with a date against Lucina. It is Akane Owari. Two very different competitors, two very different paths. One end goal. Maki, Akane, staring down. And here we go. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, and Maki immediately beginning with a headbutt. And just crawling onto Akane. And the headbutts. Keeping Akane down, stomp to the spine. And the ground and pound. The slap just for good measure. And a stomp to the wrist. Trying to pick up Akane, but Akane elbowing out. Crossbody caught. And a knee to the kidney. Maki trying to get the crowd hyped to their feet. An Irish whip into the corner. Setting her up into the Tree of Woe. Stomping down on the chest. Foot right to the cheek. And Maki rolling Akane around. Stomp leg puller. Akane with the jawbreaker though. And looking for the grapple, but Maki turning that around. Crowd slowly getting to their feet. And Maki setting up Akane up top. Right hand. And just throwing Akane halfway across the ring. Into the cover. 1. And Maki throwing Akane. And again, trying to get the crowd excited. It's very quiet in here. Very uncharacteristically quiet. And Akane again, a jawbreaker reversal. Throwing Maki down. Middle rope. 540 reverse splash. And the ground and pound. And again. Standing corkscrew shooting star into the moonsault into the cover. There's two. Maki kicks out. Akane up top. Turning around. The Phoenix Splash, but nobody's home. And now Maki just stalking her prey. Akane crawling to the corner. Maki. Kick to the chest. Taking her down. And, oh god, what are we looking for here? Setting up the triangle drop kick. And Maki up top. Flying cross body splash. And now Maki setting Akane for the run. Looking for the spear, but Akane throwing that aside. Top rope double leg drop kick. Maki being picked up, thrown down. And rolling Maki around, stump leg puller. And heading up top. Akane turning around, the moonsault. And the cover, 1, 2, and Maki will not kick out. And it's gonna be Akane Owari taking on Lucina. An upset victory. Everyone I asked before the matches tonight said that Maki was gonna sweep, but no, dead quiet here, as everyone's trying to process just exactly how Akane did that, especially considering just how in control Maki was. But one mistake led to another, and Akane managing to come through when it counts the most, or when it matters the most.
Here is your winner, Akane.
And I don't think Lucina's too proud to see Akane win that match, because if it was Maki, it would be a lot easier since she's already 2-0 against her this year in championship matches, but Akane? That's going to be something different to have to prepare for. And our main event of the evening.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Hybrid Cruiserweight Championship.
Introducing first, it is your women's Nexus champion. Looking to etch her name in history and become a two-time, or not a two-time, a double champion. I don't think she's ever been double champion before. No, that was Sayaka. It is humanity's companion and one of the most underrated superstars in this promotion. Sophie. And her opponent, looking to defend the belt for the third time? Fourth time? I'm losing track. It is your women's Cruiserweight champion, the Detective Prince, Naoto Shirogane. Ever since beating Fiora at Ultimate Fight Night last year, Naoto has been on a generational run? No, generational will be Fiora from last year. An incredible run. Not quite generational yet, but she might get there.
Introducing the challenger from the internet, the women's mixed NXT champion, A.I. Sophia. And her opponent from Japan, the women's hybrid cruiserweight champion, the Prince, Naomi.
And there were rumors, or not rumors, but there were talks, rather, about this match being a double championship match, where and Naoto immediately with a satellite DDT, excuse me, and there were talks backstage of this potentially being a double championship match, where Sophie would also put her championship belt on the line, and whoever won this match would come home as a double champion regardless of who wins. But we kind of vetoed that on the grounds of that is not how the Nexus Championship works. If it was any other championship, then absolutely, but not... no. It is an interesting proposition, though, and we are definitely considering it. Sophie with a diving elbow drop from the top rope. And the cover. 1, 2. Early 2 count. Naoto kicks out. Maybe taking the extra second to recover just a little bit more. Sophie stomping down on Naoto. Excuse me. And a leg breaker. Naoto back up to her feet, but Sophie throwing her down with a snapmare and not an Irish whip. What am I saying? No, a corkscrew kick. Why can I not speak tonight? I don't know. Sophie looking for the crossbody. Naoto gets out of the way and a kick right to the chin. And Naoto with the running clotheslines. Single leg dropkick to the chest. And the cover. 1, 2. Sophie now. Her turn to have a long 2 count. This early on in the match. And Naoto with the knife edge chops. Just throwing Sophie down. Sophie to the outside, Naoto joining her. And Sophie with an elbow shot right to the spine. And Sophie throwing Naoto back into the ring. Heading up top, cross body splash, nobody home. And now Sophie with a wrist clutch flip. And now turning that into a Fujiwara armbar. How is that a rope break? Parallax is one hell of a drug. Sophie turning Naoto around. Standing shooting star press, but Naoto getting the knees up. And a double leg dropkick. Naoto scrambling for the cover. Only one. Naoto forcing Sophie up to her feet. Chicken wing facebuster. Into the cover. 1, 2. Sophie kicking out again. A 2 count. Naoto lining up. Running clothesline bulldog from the corner. Using the trampling effect to a good use. And Naoto heading up top. Lining up. Flying cross body splash connects. And Naoto lining up a wrist clutch. Trying to get Sophie to tap. Doubt it. Yeah, nope. There's Naoto breaking her own hold, and Sophie scrambling back up to her feet. Naoto turning Sophie around. Sophie turning that around with an elbow. Walk in the tightrope. Drop kick. And a stomp to the spine. Naoto using the ropes to get back up to her feet, and Sophie knee to the chest. One, two. Naoto pops shoulder. And we are still going. Naoto back up to her feet. But Sophie sending her down with a clothesline. Setting her up, kick to the spine. And now locking in a sharpshooter. Naoto right next to the ropes. He can reach out and rope break, but instead overpowering Sophie. Drop kick to the spine. And a super kick. Naoto, is she not heading up top? No, deciding instead middle rope is probably safer. And a double knee to the chest. And now, Fujiwara armbar again locked in. Sophie desperately trying to find the escape and does, rolling through. Rolling Naoto around with that Hurricane Rana, or that head scissor toss, whatever. And Naoto again rolling up Sophie. Sophie. Was that a rope break? Sophie walking Naoto to the eastern ropes. Irish whip. And just way too early on the grapple, but spinning heel kick, Naoto stepping out of the way. And now chicken wing suplex. Naoto. Middle rope, not even close. And Sophie's sending her for a run. Diving under, jumping over. Hurricane Rana, satellite DDT. And now Sophie heading up top. Putting a bow on things, another rainbow salt. Oh no, I'm just coming up with names. There's a 1, 2, 3. And the belt will change hands tonight. Naoto putting up a valiant effort, but Sophie just a little bit too strong, at least tonight. And welcome to the Double Champions Club, Sophie. You've absolutely earned your spot here.
Here is your winner, and new Women's Hybrid Cruiserweight Champion, Sophie.
And with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here tonight on this impromptu PLE, and hope to see you on Monday, where we may do it again on J Ramada, because it is Star Wars Day, May the 4th, so potentially. And we get ever closer, and then of course on Wednesday for Windcrest, and next week Friday for a normal Friday Night Eclipse, as we continue to get ready for the Elimination Chamber, where the winners of the Chamber on the men's side and on the women's side will have a guaranteed first seed in the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, where they get to choose their opponents. But until then, we are signing out from Portland, Maine. See ya.